Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing and initial installation of the Covercraft custom Weathershield HP in the gray color for the 2023 Toyota GR86. For those of you that are not familiar with Covercraft, they provide a wide variety of custom or standard car covers for cars, and I've been using them for about 15 years. I previously used a Covercraft cover on my 2007 Saturn Sky for years, where I would routinely come home, use a quick detailer on the outside of the car, and actually put the car cover on overnight. And so when I purchased the GR86, I knew that being in upstate New York, where the weather's cold, icy, snowy, rainy all the time, and not having a garage, this would be outside in the elements on a routine basis. And so I went through Covercraft's website, looked at the wide variety of options, and ultimately went with the Weathershield HP because it provides the best coverage and is a lighter weight model where it's easier to take on and off of the car. And so what we'll do in this video is we'll take it out of the box, show you what they give you in the box, and then we'll walk through installing this on the car so you get a good general sense of how it installs and its overall performance and functionality. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing this, I'll leave links in the description below. Okay, so this is going to be the Covercraft custom Weathershield HP in the gray color. This is going to be a custom cover for the 2023 Toyota GR86. They've got a wide variety of covers and they really tailor it to any model of car, but the overall design is going to be very similar, so hopefully this will be helpful for other people. But the shipping was very straightforward. What comes in here is there's going to be an installation manual as far as setup. There's going to be a grommet if you have an actual antenna where you'll cut a hole in the cover. If you have an antenna, traditional antenna that has to like pop through. I actually recommend, based on my past experiences, if you have a really tall antenna, switch it out to one of the shorter antennas, because on my 2007 Saturn Sky, I initially had a long one and I swapped it out to a short one where this would easily slide over the antenna area, so it makes it much easier as far as putting it on and off the car. As far as the cover itself, the Weathershield HP is going to be one of their lighter weight models that'll provide protection all year round for either outdoor or indoor purposes. It's going to be for rain, sleet, snow, kind of anything you name it. The one caveat though is it is one of their most expensive models, so I purchased this on sale for, I don't remember how much off, but it was actually for $365, which is much cheaper, which is nice. They also have custom colors, so you can really tailor to whatever color choice you want. They've got like red, green, red, blue, black, gray. I personally went with the gray because with the summer weather, because I'm going to be using this in summer as well, I wanted a lighter color where the heat won't kind of absorb onto the car. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about like a black or a red or a blue, because it will absorb more sunlight and will transfer that heat to your car. So I would go with the gray personally, because it provides that component. As far as this model, one thing that I like about it is almost like a poncho kind of material. It's much lighter weight than the prior cover I used. I don't remember exactly the model I used, but it was, I think, with a Covercraft Noah, which is equivalent to their current 3-layer model. That worked very well for my Saturn Sky. The issue though is the material is very like canvasy and it's very thick, and so during winter when it snows or you get ice on the cover, it would actually freeze the cover and it would be very kind of cumbersome to put on and off the car. Additionally, it was much more bulkier as far as the actual cover itself. This is much more streamlined and lightweight. One thing to keep in mind though with the Weathershield is if you have high wind, like a very windy kind of weather, because this is more of like a poncho material, the wind can catch this and take it off the car. So I always recommend using, they give you like a wire as well as a lock, which you can actually put under the car and secure it down that way. So I always recommend using that because that'll secure it and prevent it from actually falling off the car and kind of getting blown away. But this is what it looks like out of the box. What we'll do is we'll actually throw this on the car and install it, so you get a sense of what it looks like on the actual car in the process of installing it and taking on and off. Okay, so we're going to walk through actually putting this on the car. I did do this once ahead of time in preparation just so I can know what's the front and back and those aspects aspects to make it more easier for video purposes. But basically what I recommend doing is always folding this in the exact same way, so you know what's the front and the back, and it just makes it much easier. And what you'll do is just basically unroll this across the top of the car, get it lined up pretty well. And then the one cumbersome thing I found with the Weathershield is because it's lighter weight, it's a little bit softer material, it does slide easier. So what I recommend doing is first they're going to have inserts here for the side mirrors. First put it on each side so it's secured into place so it doesn't slide across the car. So do that for both sides. And then what you'll do is just go into the front, latch it on each side and slide it because it's got this nice elastic aspect of it, and just slide it across the front there and then come across the back and do the exact same thing for the back. And that's everything for installing it. And so it's a nice custom cover for your actual car. To know, the Covercraft label is going to be the front of the car, so just keep that in mind. But it is a process, so what I recommend doing is just walk through this once, get a general sense of how it kind of fits, and then just fold it and roll it into place so that it's easy to get on and off the car. What I did recommend doing is do purchase or get like their bike chain thing with the lock, so that will actually latch underneath the car, so you can secure this down so it doesn't fly up in the wind. I've had issues with storms and stuff like that where part of this cover, my old cover, would actually fly up, so keep that in mind, because you don't want this flying away, because it's expensive, but two, you really want it for that type of weather. But the nice part is the elastic does really custom to your, custom fit to your car, so it doesn't have as many issues as compared to a standard cover. As far as taking it off, what I recommend doing is just taking off the front, folding it inwards like this, come actually to the side mirror, just fold it like that, and then come around all the sides so that you can fold everything inward, so that the dirty or outside of the cover is actually turned inside, because you never really want dirt or debris on the actual paint because it can scratch it. And so just walk around the car, do that, basically fold it all the way in, fold it another time, like this, and then actually take it lengthwise, fold it in half, and then just roll this up in a compact and concise manner. And so it's really, really easy to put on and off, no problems there. Some feedback as far as from my personal experience with this is always, one, fold it inward so that you don't have dirt or scrapes, dirt or kind of whatever might be scratching the surface of the car. So you always want it so that the outside of the cover is folded inward so you don't have that issue. The other thing I always recommend doing is always use a quick detailer before putting it on, because you don't want dirt and grime from the road being within contact of the paint and the actual cover, because it will just defeat the purpose, because it'll damage the paint over time as well. So I find is if my car seems dirty or there's rain or salt or something like that, I won't put the cover on unless I've quick detailed it and stuff like that, just to protect the paint. But this is a really easy way to get on and off, or in anticipation of storms. Like when it snows, throwing a cover like this allows you to get all the snow and ice off your car really quickly, and it's nice from that component. As far as feedback with the Weathershield, it's way lighter than the other model I had. It's nicer. We'll have to see how it performs as far as wind and kind of rain and snow protection, but Covercraft is a very good company from that standpoint, so I don't think they would say that this suits those purposes unless they did. This does come with a 4-year warranty, so if you have any issues, just reach out to the company. My initial cover I previously actually had a hole in it at one point. I reached out about 1.5 years after purchase, and they actually replaced it completely for free, so they do stand by their product, so I recommend that. And then lastly, as I said, get that the bike chain in a lock to secure it down. I did not purchase it with this because I already had it from my old cover, but I'll use that routinely as well. So if you have questions, comments, post them below, but hopefully this video is helpful for those of you that have a GR86 as far as the custom nature of the cover, or are you looking at Covercraft for other models, or specifically the Weathershield. I'd highly recommend it based on my 10-15 years of experience with it for the Saturn Sky. So thanks for watching and have a great day.